You are going to hate the facts that I present in this video. Facts. Because they're going to expose the flaws in your game. You've been exposed. Flaws. The weakness. But you're going to be intrigued by what you hear. The dirty little secrets of golf. Statistical facts. Facts. Because it's going to confirm a few suspicions that you have on how your game can actually be improved. You are going to hate me for it, but you're going to thank me later. So the fine folks at ShotScope have been putting together a comprehensive list of data points based on over 50,000 golfers around the world. And it is absolutely fascinating. Let's take a deep dive.
The first fact that they shared is probably something you already know. Golfers lie. So after looking at 50,000 users of their technology, ShotScope sees that the average golfer hits a tee shot of about 225 yards. And I'm going to share some numbers here on how far golfers actually hit the ball. And it might make you feel better, or it might make you feel like, man, maybe I should be more truthful next time. But if you're talking about mid handicappers, let's look at the graphic here that talks about 14 handicaps. A 14 handicap is going to hit their 4-iron about 186 yards. They're going to hit a 5-iron about 174, a 6-iron 163, a 7-iron 154, an 8-iron 140, and their 9-iron only 129 yards. Now this is a far cry from those people that say they hit their 9-iron 179 yards or something like that, right? This is actual reality of a pretty middle-of-the-road golfer. Now, if we look at their lowest handicapper there that they state, your 2 handicapper, these are your best golfers out there. They're only about 10 yards difference, and in some cases, not even that much. As you can see, 4-iron 196 and 9-iron on average 136. Now, of course, this is also taken from all sorts of different conditions. So this might be these fast and firm link-style golf courses all the way to your very, very wet conditions like we get here in Florida during the summer. It rained here for like 3 weeks, and I haven't seen any roll in my ball in a long time. These are the overall numbers. If you take everything into account, all handicaps, all 50,000, your average 4-iron is going to be 185, and your average 9-iron is 129. So the next time your buddies tell you that they're just killing it out there, crushing it, hitting it 265 yards off the tee, and they're hitting their 9-irons 180 yards, now you can throw some facts at them and feel a little bit better about yourself. I think oftentimes people swing way too hard because they're trying to live up to these numbers that just aren't true. So that was the first fact, and it gets better from here. So according to ShotScope's data, statistically speaking, it's better to always pull driver on a tee box rather than taking out a 3-wood. And a lot of golfers out there often hit 3-wood or hit hybrid because they're trying to play it safe. But ShotScope's performance average metric shows a 28-yard distance gap between 3-wood and driver off the tee. And as you can see here on the graph, the accuracy numbers are not that much different. In fact, it's only 1% different. Therefore, it's almost always advisable to use a driver off the tee. And the only reason I say almost is because, listen, some holes might be a little tricky and you have to hit a 3-wood to make sure you don't go into a water hazard, or maybe you can't carry a hazard on the course. And in those cases, maybe it's smart to lay up, but almost always, other than that, pull driver. Think like Bryson DeChambeau and just attack.
Oh, you did. That's beautiful.
The next piece of data is to stop laying up. According to ShotScope data, the closer golfers get to the green, the closer they will hit the next shot. In fact, the proximity is cut in half between a 9-iron and a 4-iron. That's what ShotScope says. That came directly from the press release. So in general, a scoring average is 4.2 when you're going for it, whereas it's 4.8 when you lay up. Oftentimes, golfers try to lay up to a particular distance they like 100 yards, or you like 80 yards, or whatever it is for you, because you want to feel like you should have a full swing. But you're more likely to be accurate, and you're going to hit it closer more often if you hit a longer approach shot in and you have shorter distance to the pin.
All right, so here's a perfect scenario. I hit a great tee shot. I've got 215 to the flag, although it is uphill, so that's going to add at least another probably 20 yards. So this is where ShotScope basically tells you that it makes a lot more sense in this scenario to just go for it rather than to lay up short. So let's test the theory. So in this case, the pin is up here, and I could bail out here and try to give myself maybe a little closer approach shot. But worst case, I'm going to hit the bunker here, and depending on my bunker play, I guess ShotScope says that that's the better option in this case. Oh, that was a great
Well
shot.
struck.
Wow.
You're just gonna be left.
Yeah.
Great ball, man.
Now Wade, you did lay up.
I tried to lay up and it didn't work out so good.
Are you regretting that decision?
No, I'm just actually regretting the decision of making a really poor shot.
I love where I'm at, just off the green. Honestly, everything in me said to lay up, but according to the data, I had to go for it, and gotta say, it worked out.
Some other fascinating data they found was that hitting into trees generally costs 1.1 shots from your game. If you hit into a fairway bunker, it's going to cost you 1.4 shots. Now that shows me that you probably need to do a lot more bunker practice. Next time you go to the driving range, if they have a bunker, definitely use it. My driving range has a bunker, and I, from time to time, not as often as I should, I go in there and practice hitting fairway bunker shots. But that is so important. It's a critical skill, as you can see, because losing 1.4 shots on a round is going to make the difference between you winning or losing in a lot of cases.
This is Wade's layup here. Into the waist area. Ouch!
Well, I hope I can get this. I don't know if I can get this thing up between this window.
Yeah. This could be the shot of his life right here. Wow! Great shot right there.
I think I'm on.
Birthday boy.
I think it's on.
Woo!
Hitting it into the rough costs 0.3 shots, so to me that's not so bad. Again, another reason to probably take driver off the tee box rather than fairway wood, because if you're long and in the rough, it's just not going to penalize you as much as you think. And hitting 3 wood instead of driver will also cost you 0.3 shots. So I'm making an assumption here, but I assume it's negligible or it cancels itself out to hit driver long into the rough rather than to hit 3 wood into the fairway. Now, after that press release, I dove a little bit deeper, and ShotScope has even more data that I loved. The next one is about leaving putts short. I've always been taught never up, never in, and that is so true because golfers miss 84% of their 5-foot putts or longer. They miss those short. They only miss 16% of those 5-foot putts or longer long. So often you'll miss a putt short and you'll just kick yourself because you probably had the line, and if you would have hit it just a little bit harder, you would have had that hold out. Now, why do we leave putts short? We often hit it off the toe or off the heel. So practice making better contact with your putts, making those center strikes, and you're going to shave strokes off your game. Here is a drill that ShotScope recommends, actually setting up 2 tees so you hit the putts between the tees, and also practice going 18 inches past the hole. That should be your target, 18 inches. That will help you not leave the next putt short. So there are a few tips from ShotScope. Thank you so much to ShotScope for providing that information. It really opened my eyes to a few things, and I bet it did for you as well. I hope so anyways, and I hope you play better golf because of it.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, why not hit that subscribe button and keep coming back, because week after week, we are dropping knowledge bombs like this. We're taking a look at the best golf gear and golf technology, and we're going out to some of the coolest, most exciting golf destinations in the world, and we want you to come along. Join us. I'll catch you next week on another edition of Let's Play Through.